Morning. Here we are again. Eat my breakfast. I have to go to the shop and get some more milk. Right. Let's have a look, see what am I going to do today. I want to start these two, but I've also got the books, the books to get chat up. Yeah, treasure. There we go. Right. I should probably start by priming these guys. And then I can work more on these. It's a very sticky blue tack. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Oh. Ugh. Come on. Always had high, high hopes. Put it on too heavily, but I gotta make sure it's coated. this angle if I've got the focus right. And I feel like I never have the focus right. I don't think I do. I'll have to stand up with focus. I don't know whether to paint the snakes all the same colour or to get them different colours. Because, like, there's merit for both. If they're all different, then they're easy to tell apart on the table for, like, HP tracking and things like that. But then if they're all the same colour, then they look nice and unified as a unit, you know? Trying not to be as heavy-handed with the primer this time around. I feel like in the past I've maybe have been a little too heavy with it. I'm trying to spread it a bit thinner. I still miss the days of when I had spray primer. Good morning, Core. You sleep all right? don't even know your name. That goes primed, I think. Not really, but it's whatever. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that. A telegram message away. See, this guy had areas where I was like tempted to seam it, but the areas are like where the shell split, so I decided I could leave it on this one. Getting all of these tentacle bits is going to be a problem, because it's hard to see all around them. noticing that we have a surprising amount of like aquatic monster minis. I don't remember if that was a category in the original Kickstarter we backed. It must have been. We're doing the reverse grip. Sorry, the camera's probably not going to be able to see much of that. I'm trying to see it. Every time the Everhood music comes on the stream playlist, I'm just like, man, Everhood was so good. Is it going to be the usual for you on Core on Friday? Are you going to join us like partway through? Ooh, a wild driftloon. I think it really does speak for how good Everhood was, because, like, we played it, what, February? And I still talk about it. Oh, we just playing the Everhood music today, huh? I'm fine with that. My goodness, this man's got many ridges and areas. Even if I had spray primer, I probably would have had to go in with the brush. I don't think the spray would get into all these areas. morning, Dan. Good morning, Vaz. Sorry, I'm concentrating on getting in all the areas. How's it going? Yeah, I think I got everything. Looking to work out. I'm a little bit smug today because I disproved one of the reasons they fired me today. Oh my god. Get wrecked! Get wrecked, scrub lords. What was it? Or is it something people shouldn't discuss? Also, I need to go clean this brush properly in the sink. Ah. Supplies website said I hadn't ordered 3 customer stuff and no way to prove I had. Today it happened again and I did have proof, so they can kiss my ass. Sent it to my boss and his dad, the owner. Get wrecked, scrubs. Get wrecked, scrubs. Now I look back at this guy, it looks like it hasn't taken in a couple of areas. Which is weird, because that's literally what primary is supposed to do. You guys. So many emotes all the time. You use Turbo, don't you, Core? Do you use Turbo, Dan? What's Turbo? Oh my goodness. Turbo is the thing that Twitch hides and doesn't tell people about. Instead of if you subscribe to at least 3 people to get rid of ads, you're probably better off getting Twitch Turbo, which removes ads for the whole of the website. But it does benefit the streamer because when those ads do play for the streamer, it counts as you watching them, so the streamer still gets ad revenue. If what you're after is emotes, Turbo can't help you, but if what you're after is no ads, Turbo can help you. I only sub to you and one other guy for his emotes. Ah, fair enough. It's just because you always seem to have so many emotes, that's why I asked. I noticed it a year ago, so I figure it was worth it here. It does give you modified emotes, does it? That I don't know about. Bye, boss! But what goes okay? Let us consult our usual consultant.
Streamers get 55% of all ad revenue if you run 3 minutes or more an hour for your viewers, right? I can see exactly how much money each individual viewer generates based on the per hour viewership they have on stream and the total amount of money that is made on that, so we can divide that by the number of hours. This lets me determine all of the factors required to find out if Turbo actually makes money. And it does. We know that it does because you are generating more cost there. You're paying Twitch more than you would otherwise make from the ad revenue that you would be watching, which means you're generating more money for Twitch when you use Turbo than you would if you were just watching ads. And us getting ad revenue from that, we're still making money off of it. So it's not like it's ripping us off. Turbo makes Twitch more money than you watching ads. Turbo's profit. It may not make more profit than subs bits, but options are profit. Yeah, no, it's an extra option. If you have Turbo, Twitch is making more money off Turbo than they would off of the ads you would have watched, hands down. And we know that because we've done all the math on it. Turbo pays streamers? Yeah. So the way that Turbo works, like, think about it this way. If I am running ads, which I do, I get 55% of the ad revenue. Normally, you only get 30%. If you run 3 minutes, an hour of ads or more. If you have Turbo, you don't see any ads, but it pays the streamer as if you did. So because I'm running ads, I get money from those ads. If you have Turbo, it counts as if you watched the ads. Great. Actually shows up in our analytics as a separate line too. So we can see exactly how much we made off of Turbo. And you want to know something funny? When I started talking about Turbo, that amount went up because some of you realized I don't want ads anywhere on Twitch. It's a really positive thing for the viewer. Surprisingly transparent from Twitch. I lobbied for it. A long time ago, I did a deep dive on analytics for ad revenue on Twitch because I found that the Ferret software stream was making double per minute per hour or per minute per viewer over the main channel. So I actually reached out to Mike Minton, who's the chief monetization officer at Twitch. And I talked about this. I was like, hey, can you explain this discrepancy? Because I was like, what the hell is this? And he actually engaged with it. And we talked about it for a long time inside of this thread. And what it came down to was the Ferret stream is more ad friendly because it's in the animals category. And the animals category is an ad friendly category. So advertisers are more comfortable putting out advertisements in that category. That's it. That's the reason. So when people were kind of all pissed off at Twitch and yelling at Twitch and saying, why is my ad offer so low and his ad offer so big? It's because of the category and content that you provide. Your category and the content that you're providing isn't ad friendly. And if it's not, you're going to get less ads. That's just how that works. The first thing that they changed as a result of this after they started putting this out was they made it so that now we can see exactly how much money we make off of Turbo. That wasn't in there before. After bringing this all up and complaining about this and showing all the information, they switched it over to have that because we couldn't see that Turbo was even benefiting streamers. And you know what happened? The grand majority of streamers went, wait a minute, I make money off Turbo? Because they didn't know. We knew because I look into all of the TOS and all the information that we get from Twitch, but the average streamer didn't know. So once they did know, they could tell their community and a lot more people started getting Turbo, which is better for Twitch and hopefully makes them financially stable so that Amazon doesn't shit on them one day, right? What's your all-time favorite game? It's between Outer Wilds and Secret of Mana. Those are the two.
That's probably enough of that. There's the general gist. You can use custom color for your name. I'm pretty sure you could always do that, Core. I'm pretty sure you could always set your Yeah, Twitch Turbo. It's good if you watch a lot of streamers, basically. Ah, anyway. I think this book is done. Yeah, I think that book is done. Just this one. I think I'm gonna go for like a steely dark colour. Because our red is quite bright. You know what, I'm gonna deal with this now. This needs water in it desperately. Okay, that feels like it's partially revived it a bit. Way too gloopy. It's not so watered down that I won't need to water it down on the palette, but it's at least easier for me to get out of the thing. I will likely need to do that with the flesh colour as well at some point, because both of them are really dry. But that is an improvement. I'm going to put a touch of black in this. I want it to be like a dark steel. Like a dark metal. A little bit more. Yeah, do it bit by bit with the black, otherwise you'll just end up with only black. Yeah, something like that. Might go for a smidgen more. No, I'm gonna have to use the fine brush for this, I think. Oh, the tenseness in my shoulders. Just got silver paint all over my finger. Whew. I said I was going to do text on this, but I don't know what text. I might just make it squiggles, you know? Just unknown demonic nonsense, you know? Ugh. Book that swears at you. Right. I'm gonna need that to dry, I think. Before I do the inside. Ah. It's only 12:10. I thought it would be a lot later than that. Lobster! Ah. I'm actually getting a bit warm. I might take my cardigan off. Ah. Alright. Oops. Fell over that. Quickly whack some of this stone colour on. God, that's a lovely bit of music.
I never meant to be so bad to you. One thing I said that I would never do. A look from you and I would fall from grace. And that would wipe the smile right from my face. Do you remember when we used to dance? And incidents arose from circumstance. One thing led to another, we were young. And we would scream together, songs unsung. It was the heat.
I was talking to Spook last night. I was saying how I don't know whether I should start painting some of the board game minis that we have, because the thought was our board game mini shelf is our board game shelf is so full, but there is a couple of boxes which are basically just expansion boxes that have like boss minis in them. This is the Monster Hunter game I'm talking about. So it's like the Elder Dragon expansion. So there's like a box that has just Nergigante in it and things like that. And the thought was that we would when they get painted, the painted mini would go on the mini shelf, and then all of the like info cards for it can be put in the main box because they're just cards, and then that extra box can be put aside in the loft or something where it's not taking up any space. And because we had another board game arrive last week, I said to Spook, I was like, should I start painting these, because we're running out of space. We don't have anywhere to put this new game. And so if I started painting some of these, I could get some of these boxes off the shelf and we'd have space. But Spook's answer was, no, you should finish what you've started, paint all of the D&D minis, and then you can say that they're done, and then move on to that. And I just paused and I was like, hun, it's been half a year. And if you look at how many minis I've actually done in half a year, I've done maybe 30. There's easily still like another 100 left to go. I'm gonna be doing this for like 3 years before that happens. I don't think that's an ideal, like, fix for the problem in that we have no space. I went too far on that, now it's just black again. Someone needs to invent an extra dimensional space already. This whole not being able to carry my everything with me is getting stale. I know, right? Why can't I just hoard all of my stuff with me? I might need to access it at a moment's notice. Three years of content. I would love to think I'm still streaming in 3 years. Because I'm enjoying it.
Morning in Paris, the city awakes to the bells of Notre Dame. The fisherman fishes, the bakerman bakes to the bells of Notre Dame. To the big bells as loud as the thunder, to the little bells soft as a swan. And some say the soul of the city
We did it a couple of times in the flat, but I may have to say to Spook, like, look, maybe instead of having a board game afternoon, we can invite some people around and have a mini painting afternoon so that I get more than 2 minis done in 1 week. And that's on a good week. Hey yo, Des! Thank you for subscribing again. Ah, how's it going? Hope your morning's going well. Very eyes of no trouble.
And for one time in his life of power and control, Thor felt a twinge of fear for his immortal soul.
Yeah. I woke up at 11. I was so tired. I was surprised when you joined in our voice channel at 11. You should have just gone straight to bed. You sounded tired. Okay, they need to be left to dry. This paint needs a shake.
On the horizon of this forest path, you see a group of dark cloaked figures.
And still hasn't changed a lot in the consistency of this.
Half-orc barbarian braces her great hammer, and that's a 1. Critical fail. Steve, what do? Well, I believe in anticipation, my rogue would try and hide behind a tree. Okay, I rolled a 1. That's another critical fail. Tom, what does your human bard do? Active perception check. It's a natural 20.
Let's fucking go.
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. These motherfuckers mean to harm us, and they got to go, so come on, get them now. You picked the wrong day.
I think this is another paint where I should just put some water straight into it and give it a good shake. Me and my boys gonna mess you up.
I rolled a 1.
Fuck.
Hey, I forgot. You're supposed to tell me what I see, right? Yes, thank you. Let's just slow it all down a bit. So you notice that one of the hooded figures is a little shorter. I cast Vicious Mockery. Nat 20, let's go.
You're a short motherfucker, and nobody likes you. Short! Everybody says, fucking short that guy is. And that stops you from forming meaningful relationships.
When you were born, everybody thought you were just ahead, but then the doctor said, wait. Got a tiny little itty bitty body and I hate it.
Your attack lands and absolutely shatters the mind of the cloaked figure. Perception check, please. Nat 20, let's go. You perceive the figure was so short because it was a child. It's always a kid. Specifically the child you've been looking for the last 15 days game time and 5 days of our actual lives. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'll be better. His body's just lying there, right? Right? Yes.
Don't. Playing the flute when I loot the dead kid's body. Bitch. Anyway, I found the fossil in a mound of sand with a bunch of sus sand in it. Anybody else notice that that dude is combat looting? Yes. Yes, he is combat looting. But yay, congrats on finding the first fossil. I was starting to worry they weren't in the game, because none had been found. Admittedly, I had made no active effort to find one myself, even though I was like, oh, no one's done that yet, so I'll go do it. But obviously I've had no time to play on the server. I've only just got around to making myself a forge that I mostly don't need. But I finally built something in my town. That's more the important bit, is I finally built something in the town. What did you build? I built a forge, like an actual, like, forge area to keep a forge in. Like, I made the forge multi-block thing, and I've hollowed out, like, a area under the cliff for the forge to go in. I had the brush made for a while in case I found some. Nice. I know a thing about both fossils, but I found I brushed the block from side to get maybe a correlation, but likely not. Was it in sand? It was in sus sand. What is sus sand? What was the block? What was the block's name? Was it literally called suspicious stand? Stand? Sand? Was it literally called that? Be more descriptive! Sand with a slightly different texture but has the same name as sand. Oh my god. Thanks, game. That's nice. Where'd you find it? Anywhere, just not here now. I'm on a mission now. Which fossil are you after? Which fossil are you after? Almanite. Ah, okay. If you've seen a structure with a block of gold ore on the wall, there is either sus sand or sus gravel underneath. Oh god, I bet most of those structures... If there's just a structure with gold out in the world, most of them have probably been taken. I forget the biome, but it was a terracotta mountain with multiple colour layers. That was the biome, it was a terracotta mountain. I was so proud of Spook the other day for Pokemon. He was playing Poke Rogue on his phone. And the enemy sent out a Sylveon. And he used Iron Tail right away. And I was like, wow, you remembered that Fairy was weak to Steel. Considering that he spent a large portion of his life at the moment going Fairy isn't a real type. Because he refuses to acknowledge that anything past Gen 2 exists. I'm kind of tempted to do this whole thing in orange and then like paint pale colours over underneath. So that like everything has this like underpainting of orange. So it's all like tonally the same, you know? Which is what people will do with actual paintings, is they'll put like an underpainting of one colour so that it's all tonally the same. If you ever dug up sand or gravel and heard the sound of shattering glass, you broke it. Can't say I ever have.
Soon have nothing to space.
But I can't say I've been out exploring for resources all that much. I can't say I've been out exploring. That's a lie. Exploring's the one thing I have done, but all I did was walk around to find new biomes to look for Pokemon. Can't say that I went hunting for fossils or for ore. Hi, Nemo. Pokemon apparently have several structures they added in for fossils, and trees can have amber. Oh, is that how you get Aerodactyl? I love Aerodactyl. What, from just chopping down trees? Ivy! What? Lobster. How's morning been? You can't hear me. It definitely says my microphone's on. Couldn't hear, but I can hear now. Oh, so it's Twitch being but. It's just Twitch. The orange colour is the shell, so I feel like the tentacles should be something else. Thought you were big yapping with no audio. Oh. That explains it. I feel like purple go around with orange as a contrast with tentacles. That sounds interesting. Purple tentacles could be cool. Gross and fleshy. Yeah. Crab legs! There's also a giant crab mini, and I almost feel like I should go grab it so I can use this orange on it as well, but maybe I should make them different colours. Because crabs are naturally brown, they only go orange when they get cooked, generally. Although, same with lobsters, and I've already painted this guy orange. blue crab. Could do blue. Yeah, Cthulhu Lobster. Recently I gifted a game from a friend. It's called the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. I've only played an hour of it, and it's so good. Curls has played a lot of that, and she loves it, unsurprisingly. I believe Rosa has played it as well. It is a very good game. I have not played it myself, but I have seen it being played. It is a good-looking game. It's about witches and other stuff. And no one else will do. Rose has made a few interesting cards, uh-huh. Yes, you can make your own tarot cards in that game. I've missed this bit. This bit needs to be orange. Trying very hard to get into that little nook. Okay. Oof. I feel like it's also going to be a game with incredible replayability because there's so much choice for tarot cards. Oh yeah, Curls was already on another playthrough. She was like, I've done a nice guy playthrough, I'm now gonna do a mean guy playthrough. Right, I should probably let that dry before touching it some more. I made so much orange, this was a mistake. need to remember to get milk when I go for my walk. There's not a lot of milk left. Reminder that it's VR chat this Friday. Remember to join the VR chat group. There is a link in the Discord. We have a VRC group that you should join. Based on some of the concept warnings in the main menu, I know I'll have some strong emotions. Oof. Oof. I just found out game is shutting down in my town. I'm sad. Aw, man. Like, I haven't been to a game store in probably like 3 years. But that still makes me sad. It's like it's what it represents, you know? Also, I had my first proper job at games, so... Coffee betrayed me. That's what you get for trusting beans. That's what you get for trusting beans! Beans will lead you astray. Trust in leaves. Oops. That's too much. I filled my cup and put it down and spilled on me. Ha! Get hecked. Used to be game and game station. Game went station under in game location a bunch of times. The current one belong arena to play games and a group of friends I use go regularly. I keep trying to revive it but it doesn't happen. Aw, man. Yeah. Similar story by us. There was game and game station, and then it was weird. It was like it was game and game station. Game closed down, but then game station got turned into game. Because game station and game were owned by the same company. And no, I don't think that game's there anymore either. I wish it was easy to get a job. Like, there's such a big market, but why the hell is it so hard to apply and get accepted? I thought they had a shortage of employees, and part of me doesn't even want to get a job because the mental health is so incredibly low. Yeah. Yeah, it really sucks to hear that. Like, I hear it a lot of... I hear it all the time of, like, people have lost their jobs, and in the same breath, you hear people saying that, you know, oh, we haven't got enough people. And I'm like, well, there's a disconnect somewhere that nobody seems to be getting. And I think the disconnect is that greedy bosses don't want to pay to hire more people. I think that's our disconnect. So why pay another person when we can just force the people we already have to do it? And it's like, no. No, that's not how that should work. Whew. It's almost time for lunch. Yeah, I get what you say about the mental health thing, though. I remember when I first, when I left uni, I was actually really, really concerned because I was like, I can't get a job in the industry anywhere, and I just don't want to go work in a bar again. I can't bring myself to work in a bar again. And then I was thrown a lifeline, for which I am going to always be grateful, even if we are not working there anymore.
Hurry, boy, she's waiting there for you. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. 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 I bless the rains.
Hey, I don't think I ever shared this story. Fun fact, you know I listen to this too much. I believe it was New Year's, my brother had one of his best mates round for New Year's, and obviously the drink had been flowing. And they'd put on the karaoke. And even though I hadn't been drinking, because I don't drink, I was just vibing off the atmosphere. I was having a good time. And this song came on, and my brother puts his arm over my shoulder and over his best mate's shoulder, and he starts singing. So we all sing along. And it's the original version. But you can tell I listen to this version too much, because the original doesn't do that bit where it's like, I bless the rain. But I did that. Even though the karaoke version didn't have that like come up on the screen, because the original doesn't have that. But I still did it. I was just there going, ah, bless the rain. So it was a good time. It was a good time. I had a very weird sensation the other day. I was having a family group chat with my brother, who I think I've mentioned a couple of times doesn't live in this country anymore. He's in Abu Dhabi. And while we were talking, I just had this very weird sensation as I was looking at it, and I was like, I feel like I'm starting to not recognise you. It's been so long since I've seen you in person. Now, that was a very weird feeling for me to have about my brother. Like, not in terms of, like, who he is as a person, but, like, just how he looks. Like, it's been so long since I've seen your face. It's a very weird feeling. I wasn't very happy with it either. I was not pleased that I felt that. Did you change much physically? I mean, I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't put my like. It must be jarring. It's like, yeah, he hasn't changed much physically. It's weird. It must be, honestly, it must be due to the fact that he's a father now. It's something undescribable. There was something undescribable. Like, you know, I couldn't say that any of his features have changed or anything like that. You know, it's not like he's changed his hair dramatically or changed his beard or anything dramatically. It was just something. And it was like, is it just because I haven't seen you in so long? It was weird. A layer of responsibility? Could be. It could be. It has to be something to do with the fact that he's a father now. Like, now he's a father, whereas for the entirety of my life he's always been, you know, me older brother, he's my big brother, you know? He's my big brother. And now he's a dad. And it's like, oh. it was a very weird sensation. Very weird sensation. Anyway, I haven't gone to uni yet, and learning a trade seems kind of hard based on the fact that there's so much choice. I don't even know if I can go to uni next year based on the fact that the far right wins the election. I won't be able to live in Germany. Person. Oh my fucking god. If you can go to uni, I'd want to study political education and gender theory, even though I know I won't be able to do much with the degree. I mainly want to know more about both the subjects. Ah, I see. That is a tricky situation. Again, that's part of the problem with just society as a whole at the moment, is that there's more emphasis on studying a subject that you can make money from rather than a subject that just interests you. Yeah. Which sucks, and there isn't an answer for that, which also sucks. The overall thing, I think it's because we have certain image of people in our heads, at least for me. I specifically will remember how my brother looks right now. At least that makes sense. Yeah. Probably, that's probably it as well, of like, again, I've not seen him properly in over a year, I think, now at this point. And I don't actually often get to have like face calls with them, because for some reason there's this annoying habit of them scheduling them on a Sunday afternoon when I work, even though I tell them I work. So it was a rare occurrence that I was able to join in, and yeah, I guess it's just like it's been a while since I'd seen him on a video call, and it's been even longer since I've seen him in real life. But like, we've had some video calls, but this was just the first time where I just felt this jarring of like, it's not like a sudden of like, I don't know who you are. I was like, ooh, who's that? It was just a certain thing of like, something about you feels unfamiliar now. And I guess it is just part of something of parenthood, maybe. Higher likelihood I have to move next year, probably to Ireland. I think they have good trans support. Do they? Do they? Isn't Ireland very Catholic? I would rather live on the edge and barely scrape by with money in a different country than not be allowed to be myself in this country. That is very understandable. That is very understandable. Are you thinking of Northern Ireland as opposed to Ireland? Das is not here to comment right now. Also, it's 1 o'clock. I was literally sitting here like, what do I grab? And then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, it's 1 o'clock. I should go grab lunch is what I should grab. Is it? I thought they had good transport. I mean, you still look at options. Ireland and UK seems the best because they have friends in both countries they can have out. It's probably Northern Ireland is probably what my brain immediately says. Which is very confusing probably for a lot of people. Northern Ireland and Ireland are technically two different places. Noms are good for you. They are, as is war. Northern Ireland is part of the UK. Ireland is not. So when you say Ireland in the UK, my brain thinks that you're talking about Northern Ireland. Unfortunately, trans rights seems to be going down the toilet in the UK. I'm gonna tentatively try to steer away from anything too over. Scotland also seems good for trans people if the UK wouldn't fuck over their support. Yeah, Scotland is definitely a good place. I think Scotland's great. Yeah, it's a very big decision, so you've definitely got to do a fuck ton of Scotland is a vibe. Scotland! tip out the water. Right, I'll probably end the stream and do the rest of the tidying later on. Oh, I see. Ha ha ha, another ban evader apparently. Get fucking hecked. You can't see them, but I fucking can. How long does it take for a Scotch egg to hatch into a sweet Scot lambs? That's a good joke. I haven't had a proper Scotch egg in ages. My mom's really good at making them. I should say that. She's been like, Mom, I want a Scotch egg. I don't know. It takes some eggs longer to crack than others, but they are all valid. This is true. This is correct. This is 100% correct. Eggies. Speaking of. Right, yeah, I'm just milling around at this point. I'm gonna go do my daily walk of exercise and all that jazz. I need to go get me on shop so that I can make tea, so sweet as well. And yeah, and then I will be having lunch, and then I will be back. This is our usual practice. I'll be back in around 2-ish hours. We're going to be continuing with our texturing for all the stuff that we've been doing for the paint novel. In Substance Painter, texturing the clothes that we've made for them. Let's go. So, I hope to see you then. In Scotland, everyone gets to wear a kilt. That's a bonus. This is true. In Scotland, you can wear a skirt regardless of gender. It's right. See you in a bit, guys. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for chilling with me in the morning. I really appreciate it. Bye.